French baker Kelly Watts started making macarons in a couple of years ago, and it became a passion of hers. She mastered the art of making macarons, which are the lightest and tenderest flaky cookies that have a meringue on the inside. She created this kind of almost boutique style of baking and bake shop based off of her lineage, which is partially French. So she literally has French running through her veins. This is the meringues that she makes, and this is made in a small bakery where 18 employees literally hand pipe all of this incredible meringue. And this is the summer assortment that includes the chocolate truffle, the lemon, and the blueberry in these amazing little meringues. They are hand piped literally, so just imagine the meringue put into a piping bag, and then literally each little dollop is hand piped to create this wonderful burst of deliciousness. And it's almost impossible to describe, but to describe it better, I'm going to welcome in Kelly Watts, who's joining us from Savor Patisserie. It's nice to have you here with us. I hope I didn't mess up your story too much, but I know your mother is French, is that correct? Yes.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, my mom is from France, so French baking is in my blood,
Right.
and I'm glad to be here with you today, Jane.
Well, it's good to see you as always. And again, from your amazing macarons to these delicious little bursts of sunshines, it's kind of hard to describe because for so many of us, the meringue was always the thing that was on top of the lemon pie. And we don't know much more than that about what a meringue is. So talk to us, if you could, about what a meringue is, and then we'd love to get into each of the flavors.
Sure. So a meringue is kind of its own unique confection. Right. So they're not cookies, they're not candy. And the way that you make them is a bit complicated, though the ingredients are really simple. So you start with egg whites, you whip those up until they get to this perfect consistency. You pour in some granulated sugar, whip it some more until it gets to that stiff peak meringue that you're used to seeing like on a pie. And then we color and flavor it, and then we hand pipe it, as you said. So lots of women with really strong forearms piping out each one of these little meringues. And what I really love about them is that each one is a little bit different. They're kind of like snowflakes, right? So every single one has its own kind of look. And that's shape. What makes them really special.
Exactly.
In my opinion.
No two are exactly the same. Well, since I stacked the blueberry, let's start with that flavor.
Yeah, so blueberry is a great flavor for this time of year. This is going to taste like a ripe, juicy blueberry. It's not an artificial candied blueberry flavor. It's really more like the fruit. And this is just going to give you that bright burst of blueberry flavor when you bite into this one.
Right. Lemon, that is quintessential, like the, perfect flavor for summer.
Yes, exactly right. So I love the lemon. It's a perfect balance between tart and sweet. So it's not going to be too much of either. It's a really, really nice balance, bright, refreshing summer flavor.
And you can never go wrong with chocolate truffle.
Chocolate. So this is our newest flavor. This one we are all super obsessed with. We make it with just premium rich cocoa powder. So there's no other flavoring. It's literally just the cocoa powder. So it is going to taste like a rich chocolate that just melts in your mouth.
And talk about the perfect little aperitif. Here is your chocolate martini with the little meringues rimming the glass, and you can always drop a couple more inside of there. But these are perfect for whenever you just really want a little light sweetness. 10 of these, I think, Kelly, is that right, is 20 calories?
Correct. Yeah, they're only 2 calories a piece. So it's a really guilt-free way to satisfy that sweet tooth. I love to keep a jar of these at my desk. And when I just need a little something sweet in the afternoon, rather than wrecking my whole day, I just have a few meringues. It satisfies that desire for something sweet. And it's only a few calories.
And it's so funny because when you put this in your mouth, it almost melts on your tongue. You know how there's some things that just as soon as you put it in your mouth, the consistency completely changes. The lemon is a sweet lemon, like the Italian Meyer lemon. So there's no pucker effect with it, but it's just a light sweetness and it kind of dissolves. It's not like a marshmallow texture. It's not candy, like you said. It's hard to describe, but they're just fun and joyful. And I love too using these to decorate your cakes and cupcakes. So it goes beyond just snacking and enjoying them. You get all three of these little resealable jars. So again, this is the way they're going to come to you. And each one of them is just a little like burst of happiness and a smile when you bite into it.
Yep. And you know, I like these for gift ideas also. I think there's something unique that people don't see everywhere. So,
Right.
you know, for example, just throwing a little bow around a couple of them or just a single jar and bringing that as a hostess gift or, you know, to your neighbor down the street, whatever. So I love that. It's something unexpected that you don't see everywhere.
Your packaging is always so boutique looking. If you all have seen Kelly's macarons, they're beautifully packaged and they always look so pretty. Same with this. It just makes a beautiful presentation and you get a lot of them. So it's 210 pieces of the French meringues. And you get all three flavors. It's not a choice of. So we'll go through those one more time. We can start with the newest, and that is the chocolate.
Yes. So the chocolate made with rich cocoa powder. So this is going to be like a rich piece of chocolate that just dissolves on your tongue and melts in your mouth.
And if you've ever played around with a piping bag, you know how difficult it is to get them to be all perfect. So we celebrate the perfect imperfection in each one of these little piped meringues. They get firm, and then of course they're sent to you in these cute little containers. Next up is the lemon.
Lemon. So you're going to have that perfect balance of a little bit tart, but not puckering, like you said, and then that sweet, bright, zesty lemon flavor.
They're so cute. And again, this one has a little curl on them, so every one of them is going to be different. And then the last one, of course, is the blueberry, which, you know, this is that seasonal blueberry that just adds a little joy to your snacking. And again, sweet blueberry flavor, but not too overwhelming.
Exactly right. And at only 2 calories a piece, you could eat this entire jar for less than 300 calories, which I think is pretty amazing.
That's pretty amazing. It is. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to spend with us this afternoon, Kelly, for sure. It's good to see you. Look forward to seeing you in person someday. Take care. All right. And
Thanks, Jane. Bye-bye.
134-838. Sale price on that, $23.98. They're all beautifully hand piped, and you get 210 pieces of them in the 3 jars. All right, and then just a reminder.